Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today on the Where's Shmee US Edition Tour in Dallas, Texas with my friends the Shrees who have brought along their Bugatti Chiron, but today is actually a new car collection day and we're going to be heading over to pick up their new Aventador SVJ. We're here at the moment at Tactical Fleet, who have an incredibly impressive display of cars for sale and cars in storage. Some of the Shrees cars are here and we're going to be taking the Chiron and some of the others, including the Aventador 50th anniversary, for a drive from here to Lamborghini Dallas to collect the SVJ before we then have a convoy with all of the cars back over here to Tactical Fleet. This is going to be a pretty insane day ahead. This Chiron is a totally unique specification, but it looks awesome, and for the drive over in a moment, I'm going to see if I can find my way to hop on board inside the Bugatti. There are some cool cars around, the G550 4x4 squared, the 992 Turbo S Convertible, my GT500 just up there next to the Dawn, but we're going to be going over with a couple of the cars to the Lambo dealer to collect the SVJ. But before we do that, let's head inside, go have a quick look at what's here at Tactical Fleet. Come on in then to the showroom. We will head through to the main hall in just a second, but already in here, some very nice cars. The McLaren 600 LT, behind that a lovely Lexus LFA, next to it the McLaren Senna, we've got an Audi R8 Spider, in front of that a very nice deep red Aston Martin DBS. There are a couple of cars in here being worked on as well, some wraps including the camo on that 911 GT3, this AMG G63, but then come through this way towards the main hall with cars for sales and also for storage, and check this view out. Ferraris, Rolls Royces, I can spot back there a Ford GT, an SLR, there is a cerulean blue 720S, but so much incredible stuff here at Tactical Fleet. I'm making a beeline down in this direction at the moment. Check out the green on that McLaren 600 LT sitting in this lineup. That is awesome, 600 LT Spider. If we come on through towards the back, I want to pick out some things. Oh, Acura NSX. I think those are pretty cool. We've got a blue GT3 tucked back here, an original Bronco. This is the Aventador 50th anniversary that belongs to the Shrees that will be coming out with us in a second. Some really nice cars, lots of Rolls Royces as well. If we come down this way, check this out. Super America, number 9 edition, Bentley Continental GT, cerulean blue 720, New Defender, SLS. There are some very nice cars here, and under the cover, the Ford GT. Right, in a moment we'll be pulling a few out and going for a drive. First up, bringing out the Aventador Anniversary Roadster. Even with the standard exhaust, still sounding mega, so that's going to be pulled out. Also, I just want to point out this, the Maybach GLS 600, which is the exceptionally cool, very luxurious version of the GLS. Listen to that burbling away. And when that has been pulled out, the 812 Superfast is going to follow. The battle of the V12s, 6.5 litres in both, in fact, both naturally aspirated, very large V12 engines. That's quite cool. These two, plus the Chiron on the road, are going to look epic. For the moment then, we're going to leave the GT500 here, coming on through to join the guys because the Chiron is just around the corner. Sound of the Turbo S starting up, but I've got the key. They've invited me to drive the Bugatti Chiron. This is going to be epic. The Anniversario is out, the drop head as well, the 812, and we're also with Mayur. How you doing?
Well, thank you. How you doing, Shmee?
Very good. Thank you very much for having me to join you today to drive the Chiron to go collect the SVJ.
Oh, we're super excited.
That was a very loud RCF. This is an exciting day though with all of the cars.
Super excited. Thank you for being here, Shmee.
Absolute pleasure. All right then, so I better hop on board this incredible thing and we'll go drive. We're getting ready to roll out, which means it is time to take a careful step on board the Bugatti Chiron and look at the interior of this with the red and the cream leather, the sound of the 812. Let's start this up. The sound of power, the 8-litre quad-turbo W16, 1,500 horsepower. Seat controls are down here. Let me get comfortable. Take a moment just to get a little bit familiar again with driving in a Bugatti Chiron as we go out for a drive here with the Shrees. I think Papa Shree is driving the 812, Pavan is driving in the Turbo, Mayur in the Anniversario. All right, let's go. Shifter to the right, turn this to put the lift system up, and off we head. The thing with driving a Chiron is it immediately feels like you're driving a Volkswagen Golf or something. Just easy, nothing to worry about, smooth, dual clutch gearbox. Watching for the lift there. Let's cruise on through, I think. We'll go past. Look at this little Convoy. Oh wow, just honestly, just being sat at the wheel of the Bugatti Chiron is so unbelievably immense. Look at the view behind as well with the sea going back through to the engine bay, the wing up at the moment, but it just drives so smoothly and perfectly. Oh, this is cool. This is so cool. And look in front. Actually, with Lamborghini, Porsche, Bugatti and a Ferrari behind, that makes for an epic convoy. Out onto the highway we go. The sound of those turbos. When you lift off, you get this extraordinary swoosh from behind. But the thing with this car is the immense power that you know it has. And obviously at the minute, I'm barely touching on that. I've just got in and need to get a little bit acclimatized with what I'm driving right now. This takes off. This absolutely takes off as we go past the Turbo S. This is seriously cool. I need to drop some gears for a moment. Thing is, when the Aventador is alongside, just wow. Mayur is driving in the Anniversario. We actually met a couple of years ago back at Monterey Car Week on a drive out when I was in an F50 at the time actually. But how cool is this? And then we take off, but unfortunately we do have a little bit of traffic ahead, which is not ideal for this kind of drive. Oh, we saw the wing going down on the Aventador. In any case, so this, the burbles of that thing, this is just, sitting in a traffic jam in this car makes you realise how wide its breadth of capability is. This car can just chill and be a daily. I'm in manual, but go back into, well, that's in support, back into normal drive on the gearbox. And it's super easy. Or you go the other end and it's just a ballistic missile. This is where we just, it makes that feeling of your eyeballs being pushed back into your skull. Any gear, just the torque is just go! Just take off. This car is silly. Wow. It's without the sound though. It's in many ways like driving in an electric car because you don't have that massive screaming engine. I guess through the video you don't have the same sense of propulsion from the car that you feel, but honestly in here, when you drop it down, let's say if we go into second gear at about 50 miles an hour, and I put my foot down, the way it just absolutely launches us, you just have to go quiet because the concentration is on the acceleration. There's nothing like driving a Bugatti. We are arriving then here at Lamborghini Dallas, where fortunately we don't have a crazy curb to have to deal with, so we can drive straight on in, work out where we're going to park up all of these cars, and then in a moment go in and find the SVJ. Just as we arrive, the sun is starting to poke through the clouds as well, just parking up all of the cars. The dealership is currently going through some restoration, but seeing all of these together is pretty epic. And in a moment, we will also be joined by the SVJ Roadster. With that awesome lineup then, look who's arriving. Mayur driving in the new Aventador SVJ Roadster, the yellow paintwork with the bronze wheels. This looks epic. Congratulations, awesome addition. This is really cool. Let's get it parked up with the others. That will look absolutely brilliant. SVJ Roadster, one of 800, joining that collection. Such an epic lineup of cars here. The colours, the cars, all together. So cool. Yeah. A lot of yeah when you're looking at a view like that, hey. Truly, truly awesome. The view here has just got even more colourful with Supercar Stevens Aventador SV Roadster. So yes, SV Roadster, SVJ Roadster, LP720-4 Anniversario Roadster. This car is in Verde Ithaca with a satin film over the top. But come and check this out towards the back. Incredibly spec, because back here, this panel is the SV logo in carbon fibre. Normally this would be a normal metal panel, but in this case it's been made from carbon fibre through ad personam with the SV logo left exposed to match with all of the other carbon that you can see around the car. Incredible details, and now we have the most citrus of lineups. This is really, really awesome. It's time to get back on the roads and head back to Tactical Fleet then. Let's get this started. It's very hard to explain the noise of a Bugatti. Oh look, a red Performante comes through as well. It's not the loudest thing in the world, but it has that deep, immensely powerful grumble that you just know is something really and truly serious. I think it's the best way to describe it. I'm just reversing so we can let the SVJ lead the charge on our way back from here. But an awesome day with the guys here. Massive thanks to them for having me to join, and of course for driving in the Bugatti. Sound of an angry Ferrari. A very angry Ferrari. Yeah, the quietest. You say that, this might be quieter when it comes to this little lineup. Alright, I think we'll have the SVJ. That's probably the loudest, that was the Anniversario. We'll have the SVJ go, then we'll follow out. Off goes the SVJ, we are ready to follow. This is a busy we've got it. No problem when you have the power of a Chiron. No problem at all. Right, let's catch up with the SVJ in front. Head back. It's not really a tunnel run when you're in a Bugatti. Don't quite have the same noise and drama that you do in so many of the other cars that are around us. In fact, all of the other cars that are around us on this little drive as we head back towards base. Fancy seeing you here. Look at that thing. Tell you what, that deep and angry grumble that you get from the Aventador is sharpened up significantly in the SVJ, and then this thing is just brute noise, whichever way you look at it, and this just effortlessly takes off with some swooshes as you lift off the throttle. Wow! Wow! This thing is so quick. Just waiting with it. Oh my gosh. I mean, we're just having a leisurely cruise. That's cool. What a group of epic cars together today. The sound that makes versus this one, they're really, really, really different. And then the 812 I think is on a bit of a crawl vibe. Just an idling V12. We're arriving back at base then, where I suppose we're gonna have to work out which cars are going to be heading to where exactly, which is very, very confusing. Back with the GT500, it's gonna feel very much a downgrade going to a car with only half the horsepower that this has. Half. That has way too much, but it's half this. Look at that line with the cars. Okay, we need the lift system again. Turn that way, out of EV mode. Front nose up. Pull the cars through. This is super stiff. That's actually fascinating to feel. The chassis. That's the sound of the Ferrari giving some blips behind. Go back into EB. Spin this around. I'm not quite sure what we're going to park where, but where there's a will, there's a way. Now that's what I call a lineup back here at Tactical Fleet to wrap up today, but I need to show you some things about this Phantom drop head, which is no ordinary Phantom drop head. This is actually one of the Zeniths, one of the last 50 of the Phantom 7s that Rolls-Royce made. You'll spot also the South African number plate, very, very cool. They were available in a few different distinct colorways, but the interior is very, very elegant, designed in a way like the Phantom Coupe by having the different colorways front and rear, but with some beautiful details. For example, if we pop open the tray just here, you will see when I open up this flap, that piece with the chassis number of the car. If we close that back up, pop open the glove box, just here, you have the inscription, one of the final Phantom 7 motor cars, hand-built from 2003 to 2016 in Goodwood, England. Obviously the home of Rolls-Royce, where they have the factory. But I think the most standout thing about this car is if we come round towards the rear and pop open what's in the boot or the trunk. So on the key, have a look at this, press the button just to open up the upper section. If I then open the lower section of it and fold this back, you can start to see the beginnings of effectively the picnic set, we could call it, the luxury picnic set in the back of this. You have the mat that folds open towards the rear, held closed with some magnets. If we then go inside here, you have these two compartments. On the left, if we open this up, is actually your cooling refrigerator, and it's got these clasps up at the top that help keep that up in place for the time being. On this side though, is where we have the glassware. Have a look at this. Absolutely stunning, as you would always expect, the very finest when it comes to a Rolls-Royce, just doing the latch up at the top. And then you also have this little shelf that slides up, underneath which you have the plates for your hors d'oeuvres or whatever it may be. And there is your fully encompassing picnic set in the back of your Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead. Absolutely beautiful. A work of art in every way. Let me just close all of this back down, see if I can latch everything correctly into place. Carefully does it. And obviously it's carpeted back here as well, and all very nicely presented. Nothing but the best when it comes to a car like a Rolls-Royce, hey? And we can close this back up. Shut that, shut the top section. Soft close pulls it down. What a car, what an awesome car. Very rare, very, very standout. But look at the lineup, to be honest. 992 Turbo S, I'd love to have another go in one of those in the near future. The two Aventadors side by side. A huge congratulations to Mayur and the family on the arrival of the SVJ Roadster, sitting here alongside the Anniversario, and then the Bugatti Chiron. And I've been lucky to drive a couple of different Bugatti Chirons, and there's nothing like it when it comes to that effortless power delivery. So much power, but so smooth in the way that it's delivered, so undramatic, and that's what makes it stand out. That's what makes it so significant and different to anything else. 1500 horsepower, but you don't need to be fully on it to drive it. You can just relax, daily the car, quite literally, despite the complete lack of storage, of course. There is a tiny little section in the front above the horseshoe grille, but everything about it, I think Bugatti, it's right up there effectively at the pinnacle when it comes to luxury of hypercars, and this in the very distinct colorway as well, completely unique in its presentation. I like that interior with the red and the cream and all of the red diamond stitching and the embroidery up on the top, and that famous illuminated C that runs around the center of the cabin between the driver and passenger, the occupants of the car, the controls to go through the different driving modes, EB, Autobahn, out on the track, the handling mode, start button over towards the other side. But everything that you look at and think should be a luxurious material really and truly is. Down here you've got the speed key section, you've got your seat controls, everything about it. There is no other car that does it in the way that a Bugatti does. He says I should close the door properly. So an epic day with the Shrees today, here visiting a tactical fleet as well, heading over to pick up the SVJ Roadster. An awesome stop on the Where's Shmee US Edition tour here in Dallas, Texas. That's it for now though. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate your support an awful lot as always, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.